So as many of you already know, that we started transitioning the Husky Squad to a healthier diet. It's been some time over the years, and as things has happened over the years, we decided to do a lot of research and learning about how to have a healthier lifestyle for your dog, and a lot of it points to nutrition. Now, it could be intimidating, right? Where do you begin? How do you start transitioning? How do you start making changes? So what we're going to be doing is toppings on top of premium kibble, and we've learned more what vegetables are good for them and how to start transitioning them to a healthier diet. So what I'm going to be doing today is actually 3 different ingredients, and you can do this simply or you can do them all together if you want. So for example, sweet potatoes, all you can do is just cut up the sweet potatoes and steam it and have that on top of the kibble. You can do peas steamed up and have that on top of the kibble. You can do beets and have that on top of the kibble also. So you don't really have to do all 3 of them. You can if you want to, but it's simpler if you just introduce it easy, 1 ingredient at a time. That's how we started. It makes it easier for you to remember what to do, and it also allows your pup to get used to transitioning out of kibble. And another thing, stay tuned as we go through this whole video, and I'll show you what we started adding to all the meals of the Husky Squad. It doesn't matter if they still have occasionally some kibble, or if they have cooked food, or if they have 100% raw food. It will be the essential ingredient to add to every single meal, and it's super easy. So because me, I'm quite anal about stuff, I can't really cook beets with anything else because it turns so red. I'm gonna cook them separately. I have 2 pots. I'm gonna cook the sweet potato and the peas in one and the beets in here, and the Husky Squad is gonna have a great dinner that is in between to transition out of just eating kibble. And let's talk really quickly about kibble. We watched a documentary called Pet Food. I'll leave a lot of details here in the description below in the video here, so check those out. But Pet Food, the documentary Pet Food, is mind-blowing. We saw that recently, and that made us speed up the transition away from kibble. Most kibble is literally junk food. That damages the health of your dog, and nobody wants that. Dogs are family, they're part of our life. We want them to live a long and healthy, happy life. So we want to switch away from that. There are, of course, level of good and bad in kibbles, and some of them are pretty decent, but it's really not recommended to stay the kibble route forever. Switching out is a good idea, but if you're in a time crunch, it's good to know what brands are good. Let us know if you want us to do a video about those brands also. But in all honesty, when you go to the pet food store and all you see is these shiny bags and all these, oh natural, oh healthy, oh this, oh that, it's just a lot of sales talk. That's what it is, to make you believe and make it seem like this is the healthy diet for your dog. What it sells is convenience, because it feels so convenient to just grab some kibble, throw it in a bowl, but it's definitely not convenient to take your pup to the vet with diabetes, cancer, all kinds of issues related to that. So spending a little bit of extra time, a little bit of extra love, and it's a lot more convenient and just a way better life for your dog. And also, if you don't have a dog yet and you're considering adopting a dog, note what I said, adopting, not buying. We don't buy dogs. There are thousands of dogs, purebred Huskies. Kimari is our serious rescue. She could have been euthanized. Yeah, we can go into the subject at a different time. But when you consider adopting a dog and you think about feeding your dog, if you don't want to commit to feeding them a healthy diet, you're actually doing more harm than good. So really think about before making your decision to bring that dog into your life. If you can dedicate that time to learning, spending a little bit of extra time in the kitchen, preparing meals. I mean, you prepare meals for yourself and for your human family. Why doesn't your dog deserve the same amount of love and the same amount of nutrition so they feel great and have a great life? So really consider that. If you're going to be doing kibble as a backup, that could be fine. It's definitely not ideal, but really think about that. The whole convenience is not a good thing to do in the long term. And trust me, it doesn't come from a place where, that's it, that's the only way, but it comes from a place from learning. We have been on various kibbles over the years, and we've had so many different health issues with the Husky Squad throughout the stages: allergies, weight gain. I mean, Titus had an ACL that busted out. I mean, I can go on and on and on. And as we change their lifestyle every single day, while we're learning what we can do to make it better, their health improves. We even healed Titus's ACL injury. Even though doctors all wanted to do surgery, we healed them naturally. And you guys can let us know in the video if you want to know about this as well, because it's incredibly powerful what the natural body is capable of when you give it the right tools to thrive, to heal, and to live a long, healthy life. Anyways, I'm not gonna ramble anymore about the subject, because, you know, honestly, this gets me really, really excited, because we feel so passionate about the well-being of our dogs. They're like our family, they are our family members, that I can just go on for hours. So let's hop into those topics. I'm just gonna cut these up and get them steaming. It takes a few minutes, literally. So peas goes in there right away. I'm gonna start the steaming process. And what I do, I just put a bit of water on the bottom, no oils, no spices, none of that needed. You just put some clean water in there and you start steaming that. I have water in here too for the beets. And the beautiful thing about buying organic, which is very widely accessible these days, is that you don't have to peel the veggies. Peel is so nutritious and you don't want your pup to miss out on that. So definitely consider buying organic. Costco is a wonderful place to get cheap organic food. I mean, this bag of sweet potatoes is so cheap, and it's all organic. It's cheaper than conventional in the regular store when you pick it up at Costco or stores like that, so they can get the extra nutrition. Sweet potatoes go right in here. And that's it for the sweet potatoes. See how easy it takes? Nothing. And you can also make it for, you know, you cook it, for example, today, and you have it over the next 3 to 4, 5 days even, ready in the fridge. You just pull it out. So it doesn't even take a lot of extra time. It just takes a little bit of extra effort and a whole lot of love. So now I'm gonna be only cooking one beet, because only one of the pups are gonna get it today, just because I wanna show you guys how we first started doing it when we first started. So I'm only doing one beet. The same concept, I just cut it up. And beets are always tougher to cut, and they turn everything red. And you can feed everything. Nothing goes in the trash. Of course, you're gonna ask, where's the meat? Well, the meat is in the kibble when you're transitioning, because when we do feed kibble, which is not very often anymore, it is the best kind that is out there right now. And also just in case we need it as a backup when we're traveling. But that is in the kibble. The meat is in the kibble, and this is additional nutrients and also getting your pup used to eating healthy ingredients. And the squad actually loves this stuff. They gobble it up. Okay, now that my hands are all red, it's probably gonna be stamped for a couple of days. I'm gonna let this cook for about 7 to 10 minutes. That's all it needs. It doesn't need to be falling apart. Just nice and steamed is good enough, and keeping the water, and I'll tell you more in a little bit why. As a stage 2, I recommend that you start adding either multiple ingredients into one meal with the kibble, and also remember to cut down the kibble amount, because you don't want to feed too much, because you get an overweight dog, and with that comes a whole lot of other problems. So keep that in mind. So you can mix more veggies together. And another thing you can do is start steaming, boiling some different meats also into those meals. We've done fish, but you have to be really cautious with fish, because when you feed saltwater fish, there's a lot of mercury. So if you want to do fish, I recommend to only do freshwater fish, and also researching which fish is okay for dogs, because not all fish is okay for dogs. So you can add fish, you can add chicken, you can add turkey. Just make sure the ingredients are healthy. You know, get organic if you can. That's the most ideal. and just boil it, steam it with the veggies, and that's how you can get to the next step and slowly transition out the kibble. So another thing you can do immediately when you start doing this is adding essential greens to your pup's diet. Greens are so important for their health. I'll link another video below that we did 3 amazing foods to add to your dog's diet, and you can go and watch that video and see what it is and why you should be feeding greens in your diet. So greens is kale, cilantro, basil, beet tops, carrot tops, any of those type of greens, Swiss chard. There's so many varieties, and even lettuce that you can feed your pup. And those you never have to or should boil. There's no reason why to boil them. It's so important for them because dogs eat greens. They eat greens in the wild. You'll notice that your dog is grabbing different grasses and different greens when they're outside. So adding that to their diet is important. It's part of nature, part of what they do, and they also get greens if they would be non-domesticated and wild, when they kill their prey and they eat the stomach ingredients. So that's why greens is really important. The best thing to do is to chop them up very finely, so it's kind of semi-processed, so they can easier digest it when they eat the rest of the food. So I'm gonna chop up these. Usually I would add kale, but in this case I have this beautiful green beet leaves. So I'm just gonna chop them up very finely, and I'm gonna add them to their meal. And you mix it in with the kibble. So I have a little bit more to go, but I'm almost done. So these beet stalks, I'm just gonna keep it in the fridge for another meal, because it's probably gonna go into their raw food tomorrow. So putting that one in the fridge away. A quick note, there are 2 things you want to avoid at all costs when you're making home cooked food, and just in general, and most of you guys already know this, but just in case, garlic and onion is a huge no. It's not good for dogs. There's a lot of information online. You can research that yourself, but keep that away from dogs altogether. All right, so this is all done. It's been steamed up. Everything is good. I'm gonna let them both cool down, because unlike us, dogs should not be eating hot food. I'm gonna take it off the flame here, so it's not in the hot zone. Dogs need to have food that's around room temperature. A little bit warmer is fine, but not more than that. So I'm gonna let this cool down. So what I do here is I prepare I'm just gonna use my hands, the beds of greens on the bottom. This way, the greens are gonna get all the goodies on top, all the sauces, all the flavors, so they're gonna gobble it up together. You can start off with a smaller amount when you're first starting out with your pup, and make sure that you ground it up finely, or your pup is gonna find a magical way to pick it all out, right? So make sure it's finely chopped up like this. Make that as a base. And the next thing I'm gonna do is adding the veggies once it's cooled down a little bit. Okay, so, are you hungry? Usually, I'll be honest with you guys, we don't allow him we don't allow them in the kitchen when we're prepping their meals. But today is a special day because we're filming, and I want to have him here with you guys. So, okay, now I'm talking, okay, guys? I'm talking now. Yeah, usually. That's why we have the boundaries, why they're not in the kitchen, because they get too excited, right? Okay. Do you guys need to do the training routine? Come here, come here, come Lay down. You're gonna sit. You're gonna sit. Good boy, Titus. What about you? See guys, this is an absolute requirement. I want to show you guys live how I do this. When they go out of control, you have to stop no matter what's going on and bring the situation back down to calm. It's so important. And I didn't even have to say much. I'll go more into that about training in a different video, but this is really inner energy, inner zen, leadership, and calm that brings that excitement back down. Because when you have excitement, it's not necessarily a good thing. You want this to be a calm environment. That's why we usually don't allow them in the kitchen when we're feeding them or prepping the food, because it's not good for them. They get too excited. Excitement can cause not aggression per se, but being dominant over their own food. They're scared, they don't know who's gonna eat first. But by me being the leader, the calm pack leader between our squad, they all know that it's okay. They're gonna get their food because I'm in control of the situation. They don't have to worry between each other what's going on, because that's what happens with excitement. They get concerned who is gonna get the food. But with me being the pack leader right now and knowing that I require them to be calm, it makes them more relaxed, so they have a better eating experience. So we saw this live. This is so important that there can never be a time where you don't do this, because the moment you give up, you have to go back to ground zero for training. Meaning, if I let them go out of control one meal, it will take me a whole lot of time to retrain them again. That's why it's so important. I'm gonna watch this and monitor this as we prepare the food. Okay? Another thing you wanna do, just a quick tip for you guys, watch their eyes. They're all gonna make eye contact with me one by one, because they know that it's me that is going to feed them. Good boy, Titus. Good girl, Yuna. Good girl, Kimari. Okay, stay. I may have to come back again. We'll see in a minute. Stay, babies. Okay, stay. See, I'm stopping again. She knows what's required. Good girl. And you gotta be consistent. It pays off, trust me. And every time you do this, it takes less and less for them to be calm, because they already know what you're looking for, and it makes for a so much better environment. Okay, so as you guys know, I told you we feed a little bit less than usual when we give these extra veggies. So I'm doing the same thing here. And what I mentioned in the earlier part of this video, that we keep all the liquids, because the thing about kibble is, that's one of the problems with kibble, is that it's dehydrated. So when they eat it dry, that dehydrated food goes into the stomach and it absorbs any liquid that's in there, just sucks it dry, and it becomes this piece of mush, and it causes for more dehydration, which leads to a host of a bunch of other issues that you don't want. So that's why kibble is not that great. So what we're gonna do here, I'm actually gonna add everything here with the water. At first I was gonna separate them to show you guys how you can do it separate, but I think you guys all know that you can do that. So I'm just gonna be adding all of them. They're all gonna get a little bit of these ingredients. And that's gonna be my challenge, to make sure that if the squad needs to be trained again while I do this, that I'm gonna do it. I have to follow through. That is my responsibility as a pack guardian, as an alpha. It's very important because of you and the Zen life that you give them. That's the quality of life that they have. See, I can already hear the excitement building. That means I have to stop. You guys are getting both today, foods and training. I have to go back because I can hear it. I can hear the excitement, and it's especially between Yuna and Kimari. So I gotta make sure that I check it. The little squeaking is not that bad. That's just they're a little bit wanting to eat already. But just like one of our close friends, her name is Stephanie from K9 Alpha. An interesting thing she taught us a long time ago is you watch their tails, watch their overall body behavior. Are they relaxed or is their body tense? And you can tell Titus is totally chilled out. He's got even a lazy arm going on. Yuna is relaxed. Kimari is the only one that's somewhat tense, and if you look at her body, you can tell. And she's even reacting nice. You can see that tail from excitement going up. So that's what you want to go away. She's put the tail back down. They're talking a little bit. That's huskies. It's not that bad. But overall, they're really calm. And honestly, if I am stressed out and I try to rush this process or I get upset because I'm taking my time, they feel it and it goes into a vicious cycle. And that's happened before. And that's why I always train myself first to be a calm, zen pack leader. That's complaining. It's a husky thing. I'm not going to be too worked up about it. Sauces. Okay, here come the rest of the goodies. Alright, so remember, you can do this just one ingredient starting out, and that's actually the most ideal because we want to get their body used to eating this way. So now I'm gonna pour the liquids here all over the kibble to rehydrate them while Kimari needs to be checked again. And this is a little bit different for them because, like I said, I usually don't even allow them in the kitchen. So this is brand new training because they usually never here when I prepare the food. So it's new training for them, and that's a good thing. It's really good to keep training them new things so they understand your boundaries. Boundaries are important in every relationship. Are we good, guys? Can I continue? Yes. You can complain, just don't get excited. Stay babies. You guys are gonna get to know Kimari. She talks about everything. Alright, Kimari. See, it just takes some patience. And I strongly believe, and I know actually, that 2 more times doing this in the kitchen directly, it's gonna be no problem. We always feed them on the other side in the living room, but this is a good thing. I like training them here because it just gives an extra layer of, okay, they don't have to be that far to behave well. They can be right here and behave well too. Okay guys, so we're about to go feed them. I want to hear your feedback. Let us know in the comments below what you think of this. If you feel this is something that's easy for you to start incorporating healthy food to your pup's diet, let us know what you have done if you've transitioned your pup into a healthier diet and what are the steps that you took that found beneficial to you, and you'll help everyone here in the community to benefit from your feedback and your experiences. Anyways, let us know if you like this video. Like that video if you like it, share it with your family and friends, and let's make sure that our pups live a healthy and happy long life. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video. We have a lot of different videos coming more in the future, and we'll see you guys next time on Husky Squad. Bye!